Hello folks, Tonester back. I've got an Ace Tanker today. I borrowed Combat's account and I am currently playing in his Skorpion G. And so his Skorpion G, I love the Skorpion G, to be honest with you. It's a horrible platform in some senses because it's huge and it has no camo. But it it's a great platform in the sense that it's got a massive gun and it's fast. So it's got no armor, but it is insane if you can get in the right position. And you're going to see in this Ace Tanker that we're able to hold off a lot of tanks. So we all know that the east side of the map wins the map, right? However, we haven't sent anything there, and I am not really set up to go over there and fight face to face. This thing does not do well face to face. In fact, people load HE for it and they pen you regularly. So we're going to go back to a spot that you may know from other YouTubers, but it is a defensive location that is nearly impossible to dig out. And you're going to see that we do some work over here, at least enough to slow them down, right? And our team does react. The IS-3 comes back, the Ferdinand is going to rotate over, and those two tanks, the IS-3 has got a nice gun, but in particular the Ferdinand has a 490 Alpha gun. So we're just attempting to get shots and we miss the Hawk. He turns out just in time. The shell velocity on this I don't find to be excellent. But when you hit 482, and that's a low roll, 490 Alpha is just insane at tier 8. It is so good. And it's the reason that I really like this tank. So I should have focused the Carnarvon, because he's shooting at our buddy that's up there spotting for us, but I pull back and I hit the Hawk 12 instead. And look at this. You guys think I don't focus on stuff? I was laser focused on those guys on the hill. There's a guy right in front of me. So but we're up to 1500 damage, and you get damage so quick in this thing because of the alpha, and it scares people because when you get hit for 490 in a tier 8 tank, that hurts. 3 shots and you're dead, right? So we can pen the IS-6 almost at will, almost anywhere on his tank, unless he's facing us and we hit his gun mantlet. And he's able, someone takes him out quickly on the other side of the map. So we're just waiting for more shots, and it does kind of slow down here a little bit. We've got 2,000 damage, and the enemy team eventually decides this really isn't worth pushing into a Lorraine and a Skorpion G and a Ferdinand. So we've got, you know, like 2,000 damage, 2,200 damage between us as burst damage, so we could take both of those tanks out easily, right? So they make the smart play and they back off. I'm just kind of, it's a spoiler here. Little sip of morning coffee for you. Hope you guys had a good 4th of July if you are American. If not, of course that's our Independence Day, and I took 4 days off, which is glorious. I own my own company and have not taken a lot of time off. So I'm just trying to line up a shot on this S1, and I realize I'm aimed too low. And when you have nothing really to aim at, sometimes it goes way high because it adjusts the arc for you. And it thinks that you're aiming basically at the sky because there's nothing there to hit. So patient game is the way to go in the Skorpion G. Towards the end of the game it picks up a little bit, and spoiler alert, I do die in this game, but it's at a time when it doesn't matter. I would have really liked to hit that shot, but I don't even know if I really had a shot there. However, we miss. But you miss every shot you don't take, right, guys? I've got another replay for you guys as well, and in the same tank, and I'm going to do a tactics talk on it because it's first class, but it's a tier 10 game, and I want to talk about playing the weak side and when it's okay to play the weak side. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned for that next time. So I'm just trying to fill the time here because there's not a lot going on. Now you can see the mobility on this thing is insane, and with 246 pen you really don't need that many gold rounds. I mean, if you're in a tier 10 game, okay, you're fighting E100s and mouse and that kind of thing, sure, it's not a bad thing. So I end up taking a blind shot. I've taken a couple of blind shots in this game and none of them hit. So the Lorraine has pushed up the east side of the map, and I think that's a good thing. We need some map control because we've lost this other side already, right? And we get lit here, and it is time to boogie behind cover. But one thing about pushing, particularly this side, is you have a long ways to go before you get safe. And when I pull up to this bush, you're going to notice I've got forever to aim at him, and I've got forever to take the shot. And so pushing this middle is really inadvisable unless you've got a lot of help. And somehow we don't get spotted there. So whatever. One other thing about this tank is it takes arty like crazy. It is really artyable. And I noticed playing on Combat's account as opposed to my account that he gets focused less by arty. I mean, a lot less, because I would be sitting in positions where I could be artied, 3 arty game, and they completely ignored me. So that's a nice thing. So we're trying to set up for a shot here on this 50 TP, and he is currently stunned, so I take a chance, but it was a stupid chance. There's no reason to lose some of my health there. And now we're being rushed down by this TS5. Now, having chocolate right there and tracking that guy, having chocolate allowed me to get the shot off, and tracking him made him die in a hurry. So what we have is we have that Jag Tiger 88, which is a terrible tank, but it's got insane DPM. So with him sitting back there, there is no way that guy was going to survive. And here we are tunnel visioning a little bit again, right? And so I decide at this point that I'm going to try and circle this Jag 88 because the traverse on that thing is awful. Right? Now, I know that I've opened myself up to that SU-130 PM a little bit, but I need to get rid of this guy. And one of the things you'll notice is that this thing does not circle very well. It's just not fast enough. So we're able to juke the Jag 88, and I notice that I've got a Ferdinand back there, right? And so I probably shouldn't have taken the hit. I probably should have just played around the rock, but I wanted to get that guy out for sure. Sorry, it's my first cup of coffee of the morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I had a shot there. I probably should have taken it. And that gets us spotted. And you're going to see what arty does to this thing. Keep in mind, we're up to 3,800 damage. We just took 451 by arty there. So, but I was paying attention to where that shot came from. And I'm going to try and go kill that arty. And there he is. We're able to take him out, and I make a crucial mistake in backing up. and the SU 130 PM takes me out. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this because there's really, I mean, we win the game, we've got a guy on cap, and the enemy just doesn't even do anything. They just sit there. That SU 130 PM just sits there. The T-34 just sits there. Granted, they're all low health, but doggone, I would go for the cap and try and win the game at least. And this IS-6 does a fantastic job, right? So we'll really make it go fast here because there's no surprises here. But we ended up with 4,200 damage. Let's go ahead and look at the after action report on that. Okay, here we are at the after action report. We did end up with an Ace Tanker, of course, and a high caliber and 1 bond. 4,500 damage, 1,292 base XP. Look, that Lorraine was just right behind us. He did very, very well. He held that down really well with us. 17 shots, 11 hits, 11 pens. So when we made contact, we penned 4,200 damage and 1,800 assists. So that's a total of about 6K right there. So that's always a good game. And that was not, there was no doubles or anything. So we ended up with 1,400 experience. And, you know, 56,000 credits on a non-premium account is a pretty good game. You know, that would have been probably close to 100,000 credits. So I appreciate you guys watching. I will put up tomorrow's video. I really want you guys to stick around because I think it's really useful information for if anything. So thanks for watching. Tonester out.